So very good evening to you, our viewers, brothers and listeners. Property scams, property investments, and should we call them in property investment scams? I've just been having a discussion here with Dr. Tapera, and he is one of the complainants in another such, which is to do with Gambakwe. I don't know how many. How many are you, by the way, in that property arrangement with the Gambakwe housing property thing?
14 of us. We know 14 of us. From the documentation and evidentiary, proof that we have is 14 of us.
Right, 14, and each person was paying how much?
Each person was paying 5,000 over a period of 6 months.
Okay, 5,000 over a period of 6 months. So which means 5,000 US dollars.
US dollars. So the first deposit, there was a deposit. The arrangement was that you pay deposit, which was 2,000, and that was covering the purchase of the land itself, because that 2,000 was paid directly to the seller, and the 3,000 was going to be paid over 6 months in $500 installments.
Right. Okay, so shall we say 5,000 each month then? Yeah.
No, not each month. $500 each month for 6 months.
Oh, for 6 months. So basically, you're paying 500 each month. So you're practically paying
3 times 6. That's 3,000. 3,000 plus 2,000. That's 5,000.
Okay, and you're paying that to purchase a land, and then it's developed into a property, into a house.
Yes, into a holiday home. Yes.
Into a holiday home. So what's the total figure there that you're supposed to eventually contribute?
The total figure was not clear from the onset, as it was more of exploratory work. So the idea was that the 5,000 was going to contribute to the purchase of the land, but to develop the land so that it is suitable for building. Once you buy land, you just don't go and build. You need permits. You need different processes. So the 5,000 was to cover for different costs, but not to actually build. We are looking at probably 11,000, maybe up to 11,000 to build 2-bedroom chalets. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So quickly, to those who are coming in right now, viewers, witnesses, we have here two. I call them property scams. These are arrangements for Zimbabweans in the diaspora, and in which, particularly here, Zimbabweans based in Matabeleland and Midlands, under one which has been called Qoki, and have been made to pay so much money. Zimbabweans have been made to pay millions, a total millions, a potential over 10 million, to buy property and develop property, and only to discover that after 6 years, there's not a single title deed at all. We published this article earlier on in the week. It was last week, and this whole week here, there's been an earthquake in the Zimbabwean community, and for the first time, the owners of the companies are now talking with their investors, and I call them their victims here. And in this particular case, we have Corgi, and we also have another one called Gambakwe. Zimbabweans, for how many years was that? 2 years? Joined this scheme under a man called Gambakwe, and they were told that they're buying property. And we're just talking straight away here with Oscar Tapera, and he's explaining to us a new development on the Gambakwe scam or scheme, or whatever that you want to call it. But Zimbabweans here, what we are seeing is that the people who put in money they don't have title deeds. Avanakanama title deeds, not even one title deed after 6 years. I'm talking about the one called Qoki. But tell me about the one here, Gambakwe. What is the latest? Because I interviewed you about 4 days ago when I also contacted Pardon Gambakwe to come on here and explain himself. What has happened? What is the latest? Tell me.
Yeah, so the latest is that we, before I spoke to you, we had also engaged our lawyer to investigate, but also to act, given that Gambakwe was building on this land without without having this matter being resolved in the courts, and two, without also consulting us. And we then, I think, after our lawyer intervened, he then wrote to the lawyers, and also addressed us. I won't go into the details of what he was saying to the lawyers, but what he addressed to us was that he was a custodian of this land, and he was taking care of this investment for our benefit and for the benefit of our families, and that he was going to, at some point he was going to hand over this project, but of course the conditions would be that he would have to pay some money for the developments he had made for the land. So to our surprise is that he is not even taking hit that we sued him, and we want our land. We don't want him to develop our land, neither do we want him to be a custodian of this land. We just want our land, and we're not even looking for our land corporately. We are even saying, look, let's divide the land among us, the 14 or whatever people who paid directly. We divide that land. Each one of us gets a minimum of about 180 square meters. We do whatever we want. If we want to do a corporation, we do it. But what we are not interested in him doing an investment on our behalf. So that is the latest. But I'm just telling you this. This is not the first time Gambakwe has said this. Even when we started the legal process, Gambakwe had declared that he was going to hand over. But knowing him as we do not believe that is ever going to be sincere with any of the things that he promises. I think he's always ahead in terms of scamming and scheming. When someone is in the habit of scamming people, he becomes a professional at it, and even is thinking 15 stages or 15 steps ahead. So this is not new. We have heard about this before. That is a custodian. He even at one point said, I'm working for you guys, I'm doing this for you. But we just wonder why somebody who is in the diaspora would commit themselves to doing this pro bono work. That's how we call it. Why would you be having, doing pro bono work for Zimbabweans in the diaspora? For what? I mean, doesn't he have work to do? We all have full-time jobs, and I'm sure he has one as well, to do. Back to you, Simba.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Quickly, we would like here to quickly jump onto the one Qoki, but before we go there, are you happy with what he has proposed? Because I noticed that he wrote there, he said, look, I'm not going to give you anything until you have to pay money. He's demanding more money. He says the properties have to be finished. You want to leave me with these unfinished projects, unfinished structures.
So Simba, let me be honest with you. Gambakwe does not mean what he says. This is not the first time he said. I could show you an email trail of him promising that he would hand over. He does not mean, it does not mean what he says. Basically, what he is looking for is to buy time, basically, and then to buy time until maybe a court order is released, or until people just get weary, because we are all we are in different countries, and basically who is going to be following up on this after 5-6 years? This matter, honestly, it will become a cold case, and you would have won. Number two, I'm not agreeing to anything that is done outside court. We have tried to engage him and say, look, can we be gentlemen enough to meet and meet halfway? Meet halfway.
So what do you want? So what is halfway?
For me, I want my land. I want my piece of land that I paid for. I want my 184 square meters given to me. Oscar, this is your land. This is
Have you
your
seen the
sectional
title deed?
title. I want
Have
sectional
you seen the
title.
title deeds for that land?
That land was under council session. It had not even gone to a title deed stage. It is under council session, and we were supposed to transfer it from the current owner, or to the consortium, and then we process title deeds and process sectional title. That is a process that we did not agree to, and we are in course because we want that to be sorted out. We all want sectional title. That's what we promised in the beginning, but it doesn't look like a sectional
But what
title.
I'm saying is, you have paperwork for that land. You don't have paperwork.
We don't have. No, we don't have paperwork. Neither have we.
So what exactly do you want from Gambakwe here? Because
okay, so what Gambakwe, in fact, what we are asking Gambakwe to do is to stop peddling lies that this land belongs to him. One, two, to stop inviting other people and charging people $8,000, $9,000. I don't know how many people he has gotten money from. So
you're saying he's charging other people on your land?
Yes, he's bringing more partners. He's bringing more people on our land. He was saying he has vacancies for 8 people, but this land is supposed to be divided among us 14 people. And those 14 people, we are 11, and him and one other person or 2 other people, they form the 14. So I've not seen anyone resigning. I've not seen anyone saying they're no longer interested in the land or any refund. I've not seen any of that. So basically, he's double selling, or he's selling land that already belongs to other people, which is fraud.
Wow. So Tapera, thank you very much. If you want to go, do you know what? Feel free. I just want to connect now to the one here, Qoki. You know Corgi, the women are women from Matabeleland and Midlands. They have something perhaps almost similar to what those in Kariba under Pardon Gambakwe's program have. And we're going to be joined by these ladies. Ladies, I hope you're here. Cindy, Val, good evening to you. Ladies, are you there? Okay, ladies, you have totally switched off. Now, these ladies are quiet. How are we going to proceed now? Oscar. I'm hoping that we're not dealing with a situation where victims feel scared to speak. I would like to hear from those under Qoki. I understand that following the articles that I published a few days ago, Stuley Chuma has since brought these women who are her victims into several meetings, and she's just wanting these random meetings cause people into these audible or audio-based meetings over the phone. And then she asks the women to sign. I'm told she's asking the women to sign something. Could you please explain to me what on earth is going on there, ladies? I think Val is quiet. Oscar, are you still here? Oscar, are you here? It looks like I'm in a solo here. Well, viewers, witnesses, just while we're waiting for these different people here, we have a group called Qoki from Matabeleland and Midlands. It's been run by a nurse called Stuley Chuma, and she was falsely projecting to these women that she was claiming to be empowering, that she's running a community interest company in the United Kingdom. And then she would say that these women, she's going to help them, she's going to empower them, so they need to pay her money to buy property in Matabeleland and Midlands. And for over the last 5 years, of people paying, we're talking here between 7,000 and 70,000 each to buy land and property. Sorry, buy land and develop the property. No one has a title deed. Apanakanamon one and a title deed. At a time when Stuley Chuma is continuing to run this institution as a what you could call a cult here, and in these groups, the WhatsApp groups and the like, and we've gone through all this. And the article, quite lengthy article, is on Zimai there. and very, very clearly here, Stuley Chuma, I can authoritatively say, just looking at the evidence, all of it that we have worked on here, that Stuley Chuma, who is on picture and video with Mtuli Ngube, she falsified, she lied to these people that she would empower them, because there's not even a panagana one title deed, kind of one title deed, and not just that, there are also these different projects that she was running. She was running a truck, one Yema trucks and buses, or something called, calling it Qoki buses, Qoki transport. Another one is called Qoki bakery. Another one is called Qoki clinic. And so after all these divergent things, these projects that seem to have no end, the people who are waiting for their title deeds, who there's not even one who's got a title deed right now, waiting. When they are now looking back, they're wondering, number one, if we have, like in this case, if we have been paying all this money, where are the title deeds? My title deeds, Arikopi, where are the title deeds? Excuse me, where is the money that we paid? Where is the money? And then they see all these different things. Tule is doing this, and then now they are discovering, oh, she's driving this type of a car, a very, very expensive car. And look at her life, large. But I think here, from what I've been hearing from these women, the most abhorrent thing, the most disturbing thing is that of being bullied, their money being used to bully them. So imima Maria takabhadhara isusu yakushandiswa to bully us. So we're seeing here individuals, even on Facebook, who just suddenly, particularly men here, who just suddenly call people. They send text messages, they send audio messages, insulting, harassing, and there seems to be this whole coordinated bullying. And when we are following, when we are trying to understand what type of an organization is this, is a company, is it a club, what exactly is it? It seems to be that the only organizational structure that you could fit it into is that of a cult, a church cult. And a lot of people have said so. Stuley Chuma, this is your cult. You're running this Qogi as your cult. Cult yako i. Yaunoita zvaunoda, you just bully people, you threaten people. The same people who have given you money, or vakupa mari yachona iwawa, they're the ones. And there are also threats that are sounded out. But at the same time, I want to say that throughout this period, there are some who have managed to get their refunds. Like Awana Maritzavo, there's one that I know got a refund of over 7,000 or so. After they raised a very clear case, clear legal case, and because they were getting assistance. Yeah, but how many get assistance? How many are switched on out there? We have hundreds of women here who are complaining. And we had some people there asking, look, Simba, where are the women? Where are they? They are there. The women are there. Stuley Chuma has actually been holding meetings with them. There's many on video, many on, on audio. The prima facie for deception was definitely reached or breached, or both. Okay. So, Val, are you going to speak now? Are you going to speak, Val? I'm just going to try and maybe unmute you. Do you want to speak? Do you want to say something, Val? Or is it my system that is failing? I just want to hear tonight how many people have signed my form as Tule that she's circulating. How many women of these? Because I understand what Stule Chuma has now done is to demand that the different women assign some papers or something like that, some forms. So I'm curious to see. Really curious kuda kuziva kuti how many. Molly, can you enable your video? Okay, because it's not going to allow you. I'm curious to see how many women have signed this form zvasitule. So in the good is really, because honestly, I personally don't see any gender anywhere zvinhu zviya. But ndikutongozviti chaizvo chaizvo. Okay, Molly, are you there? Molly, can you turn on your video? You're not going to be allowed in unless you turn your video on. Okay. How many have signed my form as Stule? How many have signed Stuley's forms that she is demanding? Hi, Molly.
Hi, Simba. How are you?
I'm all right, thank you. At least I've got one person here. At least I've got one person who is around.
I've got Violet with me. She's here as well.
Beautiful, yeah, but I think she can't talk. So talk to me here. Tell me what's happening here. Over the last week, I published an article. This is an article that I've worked on for over 3 years. Remember, what is new? What has
I,
happened here? And I want to know firstly. I published this article last week. Some people found it, they met it with skepticism. They felt that, oh, this is too much. Here is a Shona journalist who is writing against one of our sisters from Mutwakazi. So, but tell me, how did people receive? Was that a how did they find that article? Did they find it like a tabloid piece of story that is just there to just read and throw away? And yeah, just tell me, did the story have impact? That's maybe, let me just be straight there. Chicha
um,
Itika, what has happened now?
to say the truth, Simba, the story has had impact because
Really?
you see, from yesterday, we've Stuley has managed to get to people talking, reach out to people, and she's been able to have meetings with people. Although we're blocked from the meetings, we know that she's reached out to people to discuss after you talking, reaching out with your reports and all that. So I think it's worked. It's working because I know there's another meeting tomorrow. There's another team with them having a meeting with Stuley tomorrow, of which it's working. And I think personally, I think people are in denial because we've paid a lot of monies, and people are in denial to say they've paid 18,000. Some of them they've bought 4 5 stands, like
Mhm.
100,000 per person they've spent, and they really don't want to face what's happening now.
Right. So tell me, in terms of numbers, where are we? Because yeah, I'm curious to see here in terms of numbers, how many, because I understand about 500, okay, investors, people who put in money over the last 5 6 years, would still don't have a title deed,
Yes.
right? By the way, can we get that to establish? You don't know anyone who's got a title deed, right?
No,
Is there
I
anyone who's
haven't
got?
seen anyone who's got a title deed, and I haven't seen anyone who's been given their land either that they've paid for.
Are you sure? Come on.
Yes.
How does that happen?
Well,
6 years, Molly. Six makorere. Sorry for speaking in Shona, right? And there's not even one. There's not even a gravel of sand that you can hold in your hand like this and lick and say and show your kids and show your relatives and say, I bought this land through Qoki. None.
no, I haven't seen anyone saying they've received anything. To say the truth, of which people are still in denial because they don't think they think something will come out of here, but I don't think anything will come out, Simba, because the way things are going, we've bought other lands besides this one from Qoki, and we've got title deeds, we've got everything, we've got subdivision permits, but with Qoki, nothing has been coming out, to say the truth. Of which I think Matepelele and women, they need to wake up and face reality that nothing is coming out and seek legal aid or report this case to the police because nothing is going to come out, to say the truth.
Hmm.
They can be tribalistic or they can be whatever they want to be, but the truth is mama vusanini. That's it,
Aren't you a
basically.
Shona? Now,
Ngavamutse vaone tapana zviri kubuda because
I'm saying,
they've paid.
aren't you a Shona who is ganging up with a Shona journalist?
Me, no, me,
Yeah.
I'm a Ndebele girl, born born in Popoma, Blawa, born bred girl.
Right.
Yes, but
Okay,
the
I have to
reality
be
is we've
really
lost
sure.
our
I have
monies.
to be sure. I have to be sure. So you're telling me that you are so confident that there will never be any penny paid. Sorry, excuse me, there will never be any land produced.
I don't know. As far as ours, I'm sure there's something coming out tomorrow. I'm not gonna discuss about, but let's wait and see what's coming out tomorrow, and then maybe many people read this thing and then they'll know what to say. Then maybe they'll have a different view from what's coming tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
And can you elaborate on what's coming tomorrow?
Well, I can't say it at the moment. Let's just wait for the news tomorrow and see what's coming out.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, those from Corgi, how many from Corgi are on the stream here who are listening? I've got 141 people on video, and I think on Twitter Space, not so many. Right. How many people are on Corgi here? Tell us, Zimbabweans, those who are from Corgi, what have you what have you seen? What have you done? What movement, if any, is there in your case? Talk to me, folks. And coming back to you, Molly, tell me, where do you think that money went?
I really don't know, Simba. We're still trying to find out where did the money go. Because I've paid 18,000 for the 5 hectares that I haven't received, and that's been 2 years.
2 years. So you started paying in 2020.
Yes. So that's why we're starting questioning now.
So when you started paying, was that after I had published those articles?
I think it was before.
It was before.
Yeah, because if it was after, then I won't have paid anything. I won't have put my money there. Simba, I work hard here, so I wouldn't have done that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. 18,000. And you paid it in how many? In what period?
Within 5 months, 3, 4, 5 months. Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot, because if you divide that by 5 months, then that is, you are paying about £3, 3,000 each month.
Yes, something like that.
And your dream was
to, we've paid all these monies and then nothing has come out.
Your dream was to have this 5-hectare land.
Yeah.
So 5 hectares that you were paying.
Yes.
And which class of land is it? Nondweni, Douglas Day, which one is it? I think I've lost it. Oh dear, I've lost it. Sipo, are you in? Maybe when she comes back. Sipo, are you in? I've got Sipo. Sipo? Sipo, are you going to join? Okay, the other ladies are quiet, and I'm hoping that is not because they are scared. You're scared of Stuley. What does Stuley have? Is she a goddess or what? Is she a pastor? Is she a prophet? Well, why? Why are you scared of the same person who took your money? Why are you scared? You know, Taurai Maka is saying, Simba Neamagaya, we lost monies. Oh, yeah, Neamagaya as well. So it's the same scheme, Taurai Maka, isn't it? Is it the same scheme? Someone pops out there and says, invest your money with me. Stokozile Lokana says, but Monkas are working hard like this and ending up giving someone your sweaty penny. No. Mariako Yese. You work hard, and then someone makes you believe that they're going to make you property rich, and they're going to get you 18 hectares. 5 hectares. Is that what she said, by the way? Did she say 5 hectares? Yes, 5 hectares. And then you pay 18,000 in just 5 months or so. And then later on, you discover that you were duped. There's still nothing 2 years later. Nothing. Dololo. Nothing. How does it feel? And tell me, what is going on? How many people have signed these forms that we understand they're now being made to sign by Stuley Chuma? To those who are joining right now, what we're talking about is this scheme by several people who have been promising Zimbabweans in the diaspora property, that is land and building. And this scheme then results in should result in people getting the title deeds. But what's been happening right now, like with one called Qoki, excuse me, my click sound is really terrible because I'm come from Mashonaland. So one called Qoki. The problem with it is that there's not a single person who's got a title deed. And those who want to know how much was being pocketed here, was being taken by Stuley Chuma, it's not small money. Folks were talking Maria Kawanda Panapapa. If you look at it, let's just take an average of 18,000. You multiply that by 500 people. That's 9 million. 9 meter. That is being pocketed. Aisimari Shomari. So how many people are here on the stream who have put in money through Qoki? The women are quiet. If you remain quiet, I might have to cut the program. Yeah, how many people have invested in these scams, in these schemes? A scam, no one's a profit investment. We are helping you, we're empowering you. Then later on you discover, wakatoroa big. Tapua Nashe, good evening. No, ndasera mashera kana masera wemi. Makaiso ere mari ma Gambakwe kana kuti mu Qoki imam kwaneka mu Qoki because amusi mundere.
Vamwetomboziziva noti tonosha ndakatombobigwawo kare kuma 2000 chati saka ndatoona kuti chero ndikavaka imba yacho chero tikasabigwa vanongoisa huku imomo nembudzi wana madziro angonhuwa mutundo zvinhu zvanetsa but anyway chandoona hangu chandinoona ndechitoti I think we need to change the way yatinovaka. I think tinonyanya kuda kuvaka zvecash. I think we need to formalize or commercialize the way zviro zvakadhura. I think zviri nane. Indoona sokuti mukapa munhu 9,000 unenge uchimupirei usada kungofunza vanhu kuti inenge iri yei mari.
Right.
Hey, well, specifically, what is it paying on the project? What's the you are paying for specific parts of Masarwitwa. Let's say mapamu no designer Monday palm brief at a point don't have 5 bedroom in a kitchen, in a dining, in a system, right? In no by price what I could design I know 500 no an Tadero Amundo Badari ipapo tabvumirana nditi kuti alright design inosvika pa500 tabva ipapo tozotsvaga munhu unovaka kana unoda kundivaka iri nhanditi totaurirana futi kuti pakuvakwa kwembavha arrangement yacho yemapayments yekutengwa kwezvinhu nekudii inorongwa sei potoita sort of a management system yacho iyoyo yokuona kuti mari inofamba sei kwete kuti ini ndikuti mukoma semba mandipa mari ndipei mari ndokurongera ndovaka imba izvo ndo panozviwa mari ipapo saka zvinhu zvaizvo zvotoda detailed
zvafana nekuti ndipe chibage ndokudyira ndokugadzirira nzira.
Panona detailed handisi kuda kukupa yangu maboyo with the details but you know the details I'm talking about. So kuti inini tikabvumirana kuti atapuwa I think I like your design. I think that zvese nemvura nemagesi zvese zvine maestimates azvo tobataniza tobvumirana atapuwa I think mari yacho ndogona kuiwana yese yaita mari 50,000 inokwana kuti imba imire chibhadhara nekanzuru nemaconnection nezvose nditopai program yekuti nguva simba musi wakati kanzuru inogona kutipa mukana kuti tichere foundation Sando panotanga mundi pamari pandodi taswa pa window level. Sorry. Paslab. Taswa paslab zazo shidaro chibadarana. Bishana imba ishawako. Mapicture achibuda, mavideo achibuda. So sisainwa off. Chibadarana kana kuti munhu unobadara pamwedzi kana mushida amida kubadara stage zvichinyatso kuva pachena pajekerere ndiri kubadarana sei ndo maitiro andinoziva inini maitiro anoita zvokuti ini ndikareswa basa ini ndinotobhadhara mari yangu kugadzirisa zvamune mavona zvakareswa anoona otherwise motondipa mapunishment okuti nditobhadhara kana ndikava makanditi tapuwa vaka straight wall ndovaka yangu yehouse yeround aiwa ndotokusa woyo ndotoshandisa mari yangu anoona so basically ndonyaya ingoipo cheta anoona hapana kana mobikwa nenyaya yekuti munhu anongokunyepera monyengwa munzeve kuti ndovakaimba ndondina sisi vangu ini vakavaka dzimba 3 muzimbabwe vachifunga kuti imba iri kuvakwa izvo haisi kuvakwa kubhadhara imwe mari haisi kuvakwa kusvika dzaita 3.
Oh, what are you saying? What are you saying? For how long a period? How long a period?
That was over, I think, a period of 6-7 years.
But how can there be 3 houses? How can there be 3 houses? But she imagine again.
Even nzingonzi iri kuvakwa nditi yosvika pa certain level yosiyiwa pasite mari yotenga imwe stand
saka munhu anenge achida saka inini okay inini ndichingoda imba 3 chete ndesinga okay right
zvandorera mari yakatodyiwa ndobva vatoora mwoyo ndobva vatoora reka ndidi ndizame kuvakazve ichidyiwa nehama zvezveyo.
No, hold on. So why would you be sending money to the same hama then? Why would you be sending money to the same relative?
You don't even know how vulnerable we are in the diaspora.
We're quitting the same relative. No, hold on. This one is the one who has chopped your money, right? And then
exactly,
and then you know that the money that you had sent to get this property built was yakajgiwa. And then you send for another stand muneo goes out for another stand again. Is that what you say? Okay.
But anyway, ndozviri kuti itika inini chikumbiro changu ndechingoti vanhu ngavadzidze kuita zvemapepa emaprocess ese iyo zvino mukumasimba
kuita mashortcut. Do you propose that people continue to trust vanhu nema installments, or kana uita installments, just save the money in your account wega and just buy it outright uri wega? What do you propose?
I would propose to separate builder nemunhu anomanager. I think pane vanhu, let's say vanhu vari kumusha vanofanira kunge vari honest enough, vanotopiwa basa iri otosaina contract yekuti I'm managing this project, otopuwa responsibility yokumanager achiona ose mariski iwaya nekuti material yatengwa here yatengwa, otoita repeat voice receipting everything, otoona kuti zvinhu zviripo here zvabhadharwa here handiti zvichitoisa mumabhuku. Like zvandinokuudza ndezvekuti mazuva ano taana cloud management yokuti inini kumasimba imi ndikuvhurira cloud handiti ndovhura portal madrawings mainvoice machi anoiswa mu sort of yakaita kunge email sort. Saka zvese mune muchitoona kuti mapicture everything neprogress yacho ndatokuitirai inonzi chii yokuona kuti tavaka kusvika papi, muchitoziva progress yacho, muchitoiona, muchitoklika, muchitoita kana even video amona, muchitoona imeme live. Saka neaccount mari dzacho of course dzapinda ndezipi, dzinoda kupinda ndezipi, zobhadharwa rini, zvinorongwa zvese izvozvo. That's how people should be doing it. ukuthi munhu wenyama I don't think ukuthi tinokwanisa kuseparata nyama nemali zvikatamba zvose hazviti.
Wow. Hey. Yeah, this sounds like this is a big one, a big. But I'm curious to see, where are the Qoki women? I'm looking for them. Where are the women? They're quiet or they're not here? Someone is saying here, Anzi, please send videos and pictures of next door buildings. Or Anzi, people send expensive and I don't mean my pictures next door buildings. Okay. Anzi Ukatarisa, most of these situles, they suffer from delusion of grandeur. Okay. Mason there is saying, Anzi, yeah, Anzi, most of them, they actually suffer from a delusion of grandeur. Okay. Okay. I didn't know that. I think let them come and defend themselves. Right. Right. Where are we, folks? Papi. Where are the women? Do you know what do you think is happening? Because vakadzi ava havasi kuuya kuzotaura kava vari kutya here. Are you scared, women? Are you scared to speak? You lost 18,000 each, and you can't speak. What's going on? What is going on? You've paid all this money. You've made someone a millionaire from all your hard-earned maridza wakashandira iwewe. Then now you can't speak, you can't confront the fraudster or the person who robbed you. You can't. How does that happen, folks? I struggle to understand Zimbabweans. I struggle to understand how timid sometimes Zimbabweans. I've seen Zimbabweans walking away from Maridza Wanenga Vaisa. Maridza Wanenga, even here I've seen them, and they just can't talk. I've done some articles before. You've done the article, you've worked, you've spent 6 months working on an article. After you've finished it, you're hoping that the victim that you've been writing about here on their cause are going to take the story forward. And they never even go to court. They never even do anything. They even make you feel stupid. They make you feel like you're the one who actually sat there and you created a fake story. So I'm really curious. But folks, do you know what? These are bits here. Tell me, just as we end our program tonight, are you one of those people who have lost money? Ndiwe uri muwawere who have arasira mari kana kuti akabirwa mari? Are you one of those people who have been deprived of your money inside this Qoki scheme? I'm inviting you to come and join and participate in a census or a poll that we're doing. We want to know how many of you have actually signed. We understand that Stuley Chuma is making you women sign some forms, some unexplainable forms that she's trying to engage you with suddenly after the publishing of my article. Stuley Chuma has received millions. This lady has akarova mamita. And you know what she was telling these women? What, over 500. And these women and these women, she comes from a TV, and these women they were paying about an average of 18,000 each. So you're talking here millions that she has gone off with, and these women now suddenly they're now speaking out. Oh, Stuley, you were telling us that you bought land. The lands that you're talking about, these are 99-year lease lands. These are Hondo and Minda lands that you got for free because you paid the minister. There's no single title deed on these. What on earth is going on? And you know what she'll be doing from time to time? What she'll be doing regularly is showing pictures and videos, okay, and drone videos of a grader, yellow here, working on a piece of land. And chinenge chiri one, it's a single grader. And then chinengotorwa from different angles. So when you're coming from your shift and you're so tired, right? You check on her page, and then you see all these videos, very, very nice. And Zimbabwe scenery is amazing, right? Great sunshine, and you see this earth mover working on a piece of land. You think that, well, that's my land there. But where your land? Where? It's a 99-year lease.
musaseka namuserukare
Yep.
zvotoisa urombo that is serious fraud. And I think these women need to consult a lawyer. I think they have every right to consult a lawyer. Let's say a lawyer wavo unorepresenta as a group, kana vachizoshavo zvimwe zvokuti anzi pamwe haadi malawyer individually. But I think ivo vakabigwa as a group. I think they need to be represented, especially lawyer funded by the government. They can give them help. But seriously, one of them Maria Obe.
Wow. And someone is saying here, to be honest, people are being threatened by Stuley and their bridesmaids, as her followers are popularly known. Also, people are being threatened. But how can you be, if you are threatened on social media? What does it? I've been threatened myself by governments, by heads of states, right? By military, by people with guns. Yeah, right. Over the years, a lot of people don't like me. From time to time, people change. But do you know what? It's never removed anything from me. I'm still the same me. I've not lost a piece of hair because someone was abusing me on social media. I've not lost $1. Okay, of course, you can feel from time to time some of the comments can be hard. But Panachonov, you're the one who paid. You're the boss. How can you, the boss, the one who gave her money, be the one who is being bossed around? How does that happen, ladies?
Yeah, I think you are right, but you shouldn't allow to be bullied or threatened by anybody because in Mari, Saka, bully hapana power. Of course, I don't sound voice, but power. So the more they actually threaten, the more they expose themselves. So there's so much a limit to what they can do, especially if by collector evidence. That's why if they have evidence of payment and this and that, they just go to the banks. As long as there's electronic footprint, they can actually mobilize those receipts or whatever invoices. They can actually get a case. Yeah. Marianga is in the same place. They can actually get something out of it, something back.
Yeah, well, these are the struggles that these women have gone under. These women were being said, they are from Matabeleland, and anyone from Mashonaland, you're being told, this is not from anyone from Mashonaland. It's only for those from Matabeleland only. And it was said to be the greatest community property development project, and the most honest as well. Sadly, we are seeing a totally different story. And this is what is there on Zima. You can read about it if you Google Qoki, Qoki fraud. So Qoki, Qoki, and then the next word fraud. You can read the articles. But thank you so much. I don't know if anyone has got something to say. I think I just saw Dobbs joining on Twitter Space. Dobbs, good evening.
How are you? Thanks a lot for highlighting another fraud. It's just similar to that one of Mark. What was that lady Maroto was just sort of like a finger, whatever.
Oh, the Muroi lady.
I'm saying I threatening to say I'm a Satanist. So they are operating on the same. They operated. But what Tapiwa is saying something which is very helpful to these people if they've got receipts and all the communication which they've done with the the company, they simply have to go and claim in a civil court. It depends where they are. They can use their small scams. It depends on the amount. They can even use the small claims court, and it can be done remote. And it doesn't need a lot. It only need a bit of calculation in terms of interest. You only need to claim that we have paid him the goods and services were not delivered, no matter where they are. They can deal with them. They give us a proof that those goods and services were delivered. Then that is what it is. In terms of land, there's no title, there's no ownership. So it's quite clear. That was 100% this money can be covered. In terms of intimidation, this is not Zimbabwe. We are always, if Zimbabwe don't feel intimidated or to get into trouble with the authority. I have lost even a short license. I have lost some stuff when the farm is offered. The bigger chunk of it was taken because you don't engage it what you want. But if you want to get it, you become very stupid because you are everybody can tell you what and how to be. So for me, it was okay. I feel proud of that's what they want. Because I believe for money. So it's all right. We can simply feel.
Wow.
So that lady got that influence. People around is a limit for one people in Zimbabwe. They can just say anything that support from people. So anything can happen, especially if the details of your relatives. It's easy for them to intimidate you.
Well, ladies and gents, here we are. Are you one of those Qoki investors? Do you feel threatened? Have you signed these new forms? And do you feel that Stuley Chuma can be trusted or is trustworthy? We're going to drop a poll. I think we're just going to do it straight away before we shut, folks. Just want to hear you and connect your views to the story and tell us here, what have you done? What are you going to do with your money? You lost millions, a total millions here to this lady called Stuley Chuma, who many people thought and in their mind they felt and they were claiming that they are victims. Excuse me. I made them. I just flipped there. I was just saying that this woman was claiming that she's going to be giving you, developing a property for you. So what have you done? So do you trust Stuley Chuma?
But something was very funny to say. I don't know how people manage you. It was quite clear that it was from the beginning. They were.
Oh, it was quite. Was it?
It was quite clear that it was.
Some people are saying it was not clear.
It was clear that
some people are saying they believe that she had a genuine heart to help people, to help women, to help empower women develop.
She would come up with different projects. Some of them were business proposal, like a filling station or a business complex. And if you try to add up issues, they were not coming up. They were, if you try to verify with the local authorities, they were not coming up.
Okay. Because I didn't understand, because I published this story 3 years ago, so I don't understand why people continued.
Yeah,
I thought maybe the reason why people continued is because they felt that things were clear back then.
It's like we have that tendency of gossiping with somebody because he's driving a nice car or being I think people will just make that mistake to say to just trust it. It seems a lot of things is going on in Simba, because even though the plots of land with the offer letters are not supposed to be sold, but people are selling them, and other people are buying them.
Oh, people are selling my offer letter in my 99-year lease as well.
No, the 99-year lease, I think it's better if you buy them rather than those offer letters. The offer letter can be withdrawn within 3 months. You have lost it.
Yeah.
You've lost some of it.
Yeah.
Within 3 months. And you don't, even if you are doing the appeal process doesn't work, the lawyers will tell you to say the best thing is to leave them.
Right.
So, but you know what? People are still buying them, whatever, and they trust in those people. And they don't even know whether the other offer letter which they are going, they are being given is valid or not, because it will get stamped with that date signed by a pen. You can't verify on the internet unless if you go to the very difficult. Things which happen in Zimbabwe is very difficult because people they just rush to use the laws of manner to understand.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're just putting this, so we just get reactions from what people think here. And we will continue to study along this. This is a big story. It's a big development. Quite a bit of a shaker has happened here lately. And we are curious to see how this will pan out in the end. Will people allow Stuley Chuma to continue holding their money, or this is the end? Talk to us, folks. Talk to us.